Hello, I'm Di,
And I'm Kathy.
and we're from Dawn, and we thought we'll, come together, get together again to kind of have a conversation with everybody out there in light of obviously there's been a lot of changes in the last couple of days or 24 hours around what we are supposed to do and not do. And I just thought, look, let's send out some really good energy,
Good vibes.
good vibes,
Yeah.
and
We
let's
really need it.
let's have a conversation around what it all means. We're not expert, first of all, on COVID-19, but
Yeah, I disappointed my parents for not being a doctor.
absolutely.
We're not lawyers as well.
No lawyers, no doctors here.
Yeah.
But what we do know is obviously in terms of branding, in terms of marketing, in terms of our network in the small business community, we thought we'd provide you with some information. So before we kind of delve into, and actually people can also call in, I think. They can actually leave a message or call us and have a chat to us.
Or even if you just leave a comment or a question, and then we'll get back to it. Or
Yeah.
We'll find the experts to help you.
Yeah. So first of all, are you okay?
Are you okay, Di?
I think so. It's been really testing. How about you?
Yeah, it is really testing, and just having the whole self isolation thing is just kind of through me. I mean, I do work from home quite often, but I think it's the fact that we are forced. It just makes me feel as though I'm grounded or something. Like my parents have grounded me, but this time it's the PM for good reasons, of course.
Yeah, the government has grounded us. It's really, as somebody who's often very optimistic, I always believe that, in any adversity such as this, as you can hear behind us, a hammer hammering away
Yeah, there's someone hammering or jackhammering or something.
outside here. But in any situations, I think I always seize opportunities, and I'd like to seize opportunities. But going back to see if people are okay, because it takes a lot of practice to really get your mindset in a framework that allows you to really continue to do the things that you can do normally. So you can go out still to buy groceries, the essentials that you need. You can still go to a takeaway shop.
Yeah, but you stay out of the nightclubs
Yeah, you can't go to nightclubs
or pubs. Yeah,
or casinos
yeah.
and entertainment centres where there's a big gathering. So with restaurants, just to clarify, now for restaurants and cafes, and excuse the noise, for restaurant and cafes, you can actually, if you have the capacity to stay open and to continue to run your business, people can go in and purchase their food, their coffee, whatever it is they want to purchase, but they have to leave.
That's right.
You can't sit there and enjoy it like you used to. So this whole new way of
Of living now.
living,
Yeah, with no sort of certain time frame.
yeah,
Which, yeah, I mean, it's really makes a lot of people anxious about it, like not knowing, not getting that information is.
yeah. So we try to provide as much as we can to the community that is following Dawn and the Sway initiatives in Southwest Sydney, and so. Just to clarify again, businesses, restaurants, and cafes, where I know that there are at least 60 to 80% of our businesses in that southwest area are family-run businesses, cafes, food and beverages. You can still sell them, but people can go in, take away, or home delivery. So this is a great opportunity to maybe start a delivery service.
Yeah, like if you're a restaurant that hasn't been using like Uber Eats or Deliveroo, it's time to start considering. Yeah, because in times right now, you can't even get groceries or chicken or whatever. So yesterday I was going, thank God, the chicken shop was open. You couldn't eat there, but I got my Portuguese chicken and I was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, could feed the family.
Yeah. Well, I can still look. I went to the shop to buy some vegetables, so we still, can still do that. So let's not be disheartened. Let's really take this opportunity to really
See other ways of how you can add on, improve business, like how we talked about the cashless.
Yes. So as that's right. So the government announced lots of stimulus packages for small businesses. Now, if you've been in the tax system, then you can take advantage of this package, such as the the $20,000 per employee, the $100,000 that's been offered to small business. But if you're not in the tax system, and I think this is where I think it's quite important for businesses, especially in the Southwest area, in Southwest Entrepreneurial Hub, in that community, that you need to really look at your business where it is now. And if you've been operating on a cash economy system, then you might not be able to take advantage of some of the initiatives and some of the offerings that the government is providing. Now, we will have an accountant coming to our session to talk about this in more detail, but please look at your business now, where it's at now, and look at how it's been operating, because if you're not in the tax system, I believe, again, we'll have that more explained. I believe that you will not be able to tap into all of these kind of packages, rescue packages that the government is offering, which is really unfortunate. But it's an opportunity, I think, for all of us to really look at how we do business differently. Yeah,
certainly. Like you're mentioning, seeing opportunities in things, and this is like the perfect opportunity to review operations and see where you can have some cost savings or just run things better. I know, like, I've done that with my businesses as well, in that I've hired a virtual assistant, and just little things like that, just to make process a lot easier, so that you can, I guess, make more money. Like, I sort of see it as, I calculate my own hourly rate, and then if I see something else that I've been doing which takes so long, why don't I outsource it, because it costs less money per hour. But yeah, we might run a session on business efficiencies and workflow, perhaps a bit later on. But yeah, like, just using this time and just seeing any opportunities. And next week, or the week after, I don't know.
April the 6th.
April the 6th, I don't even know the dates anymore. We've got the LinkedIn workshop, and I'll be presenting that. And that's a wonderful opportunity to review your LinkedIn profile, your social media footprint as well, and just see where things do not align with your personal branding or your business branding, or where you want to go, basically. So businesses evolve all the time, and this is like a dent in I guess, but then in that dent, let's just find ways to see where we could pivot, change direction.
And one of the things we were discussing before is that obviously there'll be a lot of people losing their jobs at the moment, and organizations who are in the process of bringing on board a new employee might suddenly put a halt to that. One of the things that we were saying is that perhaps if you have a service, maybe we can do a service swap, like a bartering system, whereby there's no need for exchange of cash, but whereby you can work together in order to leverage off what skill set you have that you can offer. So here at Dawn, with our initiative in the Southwest Entrepreneurial Hub, there are many businesses there that are doing different things. So do reach out to us and tell us what skill set or what service you can provide, and what service or other skill set that you need for your business, and we can find and match up for you. And so I think we need to really find new ways of working. Yeah. I think it's just really...
Again, going back to cashless as well.
Yeah.
Like, we've all got... The beauty is that we've all got different skills that we can offer, and then it's just asking for help to say, hey, let's just say a graphic designer. I've got I can create a logo or website or whatever. I just need to get, I don't know, toilet paper or XYZ in exchange. It's just like the old school bartering system is now in vogue.
Yeah, so let's look at that. And again, I just want to go back to see how everybody is. I sent out a message today across my various platforms to ask if people are okay. There was a suggestion on LinkedIn the other day, like maybe we should bring forward the Are You OK Day. And so I thought, yes, why not? So let's check in with everybody if they're okay. And I know that quite a few people responded to my message, and some of them said, look, they're not okay, but they're trying to be, which is I can understand that, and we are too. For me, it's I'm a social butterfly.
You are, darling. I think you know the whole of New South Wales or Australia.
And I feel like I'm not going to be connected. Human beings are social animals, so that's how we've lived in groups.
Yeah.
And this is going to be such a challenging thing to take on, to say that you can only see a certain number of people, within distance as well. And so that's fine. Look, I think if you think about, will there be light at the end of the tunnel? Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Like if we all work together and just like understand that, yes, it's a crappy situation and circumstance to be in, but we're all experiencing the same thing. It's not a competition of like I'm feeling shitter than you.
Yeah.
Like we all feel shit.
Yeah.
So it's just okay acknowledging that, like, and then just try to help each other. And call your mum.
Yeah. Call friends.
Call friends. FaceTime. Like just like our parents' generation. Like from Vietnam Wars and all that. Like they didn't have this. So
no, that's right. They've lived without the technology. They've lived without
that.
Many crises. So I think this is a huge hump at the moment, but I think we will get through that. But how do we really keep maintain our sanity, maintain our mental health and well-being? I think I'm really glad. I think there was for the first time today in my social media news feed, I saw something that says, professionals or experts are now acknowledging that there is a mental health issue that will be related to this. I thought, oh, really? That's something that I've been calling out for the last week, to say, look, be mindful of how we send out messages, be mindful of how we, make sure that people who are who've never encountered crisis or adversities before, perhaps, will see this as a huge monumental kind of probably Mount Everest to climb.
Yeah.
But we will get through it. And I think it's important that to stay connected with friends. And I hope that through the Dawn initiative, we're providing a safe platform, a safe space for people.
Free.
Yeah, for people to connect and reach out and leverage off with the experts, business owners, and a diverse range of talent that we have within our Dawn, group, to ask for support if you need to, and if you want to partner with us. Kathy has got her Key Noteworthy. Tell us about Key Noteworthy, Kathy.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Well, Key Noteworthy is a platform connecting event organisers with diverse conference speakers. So I basically started it because there was just lack of diversity up on stage. When we go to events and conferences, like the really big AFR or business summits, they're just all basically the same. And I just love working with Dawn because of like our missions aligned. And of course, if we see different faces, we see and hear different perspectives as well. And that's also for leadership roles as well. Like, just imagine how fast all this coronavirus, contingency plans will be if we had diverse politicians in leadership, rather than just having a narrow thinking, basically.
Yeah, so we're partnering. Dawn and Key Noteworthy are partnering up so that we can actually obviously have, like Kathy said, similar and shared alignment on values in terms of inclusion, diversity, diversity of talent from speakers on the stage. For us, diversity of talent in terms of leadership that we see across our institutions, and from Sway, which is an initiative, it's a diversity of business owners that are out there that we can actually try and pull together to see how we can actually leverage of one another in order to obviously improve the current situation and build, a stronger community, a stronger society. So, look, just, what music did you listen to this morning? Have you listened to any calming music or anything to help your...
No. You know what my son likes to watch now? Navy SEALs.
Oh, Navy SEALs.
Yeah, like a documentary on Navy SEALs.
Oh.
So that was on TV. So I wouldn't say that's really calming. It's kind of like just people in army gear just crawling down the floor with those.
Oh God!
The reason doomsday, but no, I wasn't listening to any music.
So the reason I ask is that
okay,
is that I start my day putting on very meditative music in order to kind of calm my inner self.
Okay.
And in order for you, for us, or for me anyway, to really go out there into the world, or at the moment, not so much out there into the world.
Not literally.
Not literally, but
in the mind.
It's, it's getting some form of surround your environment to kind of create that centering yourself, really. Centering yourself, and so do listen to some really nice and peaceful music in the morning. My advice that will help really set the day for you. We are also looking at providing a session on immunity. Basically, how do you improve your immunity in this current situation? What you need to do. So we will provide that session, and we will post that. What else am I doing? I actually, I said to Kathy this morning as on my way here, I was listening to an Audible book called The Obstacle is the Way. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but I can tell you it's a brilliant Audible book. I think Ryan Halliday has admitted his voice is a bit kind of boring. So I'll say it is slightly monotonous, but the content is amazing. It talks about adversity. It talks about obstacles in your life, be it personal, be it business, be it as we're facing currently in the world, a huge obstacle in the existence of COVID-19, and how that obstacle can present itself as opportunities for all of us to really rethink, reflect, take a step back on how we really do things differently. And, look at that, and as we said, look at the way you do things differently as business, as a person too. Maybe CEOs. I saw somewhere today on LinkedIn that they've asked CEOs to give up their salary and keep their employees at work rather than actually laying off people, which I think is a fantastic idea. And I know that there's a couple of business owners already who are making that decision to not pay themselves over the coming months to, go over this period in order to actually have staff, to keep their staff.
And that's really beautiful because it's just, it's not a directive from somewhere. It's just like they're doing that because they know it's the right thing to do.
So there many people will be facing hardships, financial hardships at the moment. And I think we are going to watch to see what our political leaders will do in terms of the financial support. I think for the first time, we can't leave it to the market, can we? It's sometimes people say, leave it to the market. The market will sort it out. I think for the first time, the market cannot sort this out. It really takes people to really sort this out. So, send us a message. Tune into our Sway live streaming on April the 6th at 6:30 p.m. And Kathy, can you please tell us what again you'll be delivering on the April the 6th?
Well, it's going to be on the most sexiest social media platform, LinkedIn. I like to call it. I like to call LinkedIn networking in your pajamas.
There you go.
Because you don't have to actually be at a networking event physically in order to interact with people. It's all online. Of course, I do like to add people on LinkedIn after I've met them at a networking event. I think it's important to kind of continue that momentum and that conversation. But the session on the 6th at 6:30 will be basically on, how to get started. We'll go through how to create your profile, understanding certain keywords. So whether it's for your career or your business or just on personal branding, I think it would be helpful for everyone. So that's what it's going to be about.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. And look, if you if anybody out there listening who would like to come onto Dawncast and share their experience at the moment in terms of their business, in terms of what they're experiencing, in terms of what they're seeing and their perspective of how this is all playing out, would love to hear from you. Would love for you to come on Dawncast and talk to us and share with us, what your perspective is in terms of how you would do things differently post COVID-19. But in the meantime, please wash your hands. Do not touch your face and stay about 1.5 meters distance away from people. I always ask, look, have you travelled overseas? Have you been anywhere lately that you've been exposed to? If they have got, then, look, I think Kathy and I are kind of in a safe distance.
Are we 1.5 metres apart?
No,
we're
not.
It?
No,
oh, no,
we did not measure that we're 1.5, but I think one arm is about almost a metre. So we kind of, it's just a little metre apart.
Not to scale.
Not to scale. And and if you've got a fever, a cough, look, Lynette's providing us with a measuring tape. So how what's that? Oh.
70 centimetres.
70 centimetres apart. If you do have a fever, a cough, rest, and if you're really concerned, make sure you call up, because I think our emergency, our hospitals, the doctors' centres are quite, people turning up and not really having.
They haven't gone through the checklist, I guess, of symptoms. So, so just being mindful of that.
Yeah, because there might be people who actually have got COVID-19 and who really need the treatment. And if you're suspecting you've got it, you might be taking up that queue, and then and in another way, you might also get infected if that person's infected there. Yeah. So just really be mindful of that. And I believe there's going to be some online way to check yourself now, for doctors to check people who don't have it but just suspect they might have it. So look, we're living in uncertain times, disruptive times, and very uneased and very uncomfortable. And it's even I can feel it. Do you feel it? I feel it in my gut, and I feel like this is not real, but it is happening.
Yeah.
And we will come through this. I'd like to say this too shall pass, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.